So in this video, I'm gonna do a full breakdown on how I managed to make 10K a month as an employee. So to give you the whole story, before searching for a job, I've started my own online business in 2020. I started with dropshipping and I had some kind of success. I made around 20K profit in 4 or 5 months, which was huge for me back then. But then everything was getting banned. Everything was getting more and more difficult month after month. I wasn't able to continue making money with my own stores because I didn't know how to fix the issue with the bans basically. And what happened is like 6 months later, my 20K almost disappeared. It was my first money. I did some vacation and stuff, and I was with less than $1,000. So I said, look, I need to find a job. So the thing is that I already had some skills in dropshipping because this is what I did with my online business. So I started applying for jobs in the dropshipping industry because I was thinking, look, I'm good. I can make some dropshipping businesses make more money. I was thinking that I could make 3 to 5K a month salary as an employee, which was good for me because I'm from Greece and the average salary in Greece was like $1,000. So I said, let's work as an employee, make some money. Also, the job is going to be remote. It's going to be probably in the business based in USA. So the salary will be way higher than what I'm gonna get if I work in Greece. After I have like 10K, 20K in the bank, I can start my own business again. So I started applying for jobs in Upwork. I was sending proposals at $4 an hour. And my logic was that because I've never worked as an employee, I cannot ask for like $10 an hour, you know? But I could though, because I had experience in dropshipping. I knew how to create ads, what a good product is, what a good page is. But yeah, I was thinking that I cannot ask for $10 per hour if I don't have any experience. So I started with 4. And my logic that let's find a job at $4 per hour. And after that, I will have job experience. So I will ask for more money, you know? So I sent some proposals and after some days, a guy replied to me. I told him about my dropshipping stores. I told him about my business, and he told me that if you had your own business and you made money through it, why are you willing to work for $4 per hour? And I told him, look, $4 per hour is not my rate. This is just for me to get started, start working, prove myself, and then make more money. He told me, okay, that sounds good. Let's do a test. Like let's start for a month. So we agreed on $320 for 1 month part-time, like a trial month. So we started working. He was giving me some tasks. It was like pretty easy. I was working like 10 hours a week or 15 hours a week or something. I was doing everything well, and this employer liked what I was doing, the quality of my work, and he hired me. He told me basically like, okay, I want you to come work with us, come join the team. What's your rate? And I told him like $8 per hour because I was thinking like $8 per hour. Average salary in Greece is like $7 per hour. Back then, $1 was equal with €1. It was 2022. So I said 8. He told me, okay, let's start. So basically what I was doing, I was basically creating product pages for their e-com store. And I was also launching some tests, doing some changes on the pages that they were using, trying to make them better. So I was launching some A/B tests and I made some improvements. And in general, I made like some good stuff, some good improvements on their pages. The business was making like 1 million a month. From my changes, for sure, they were making like 20, 30, 50K per month more. He instantly agreed on the $8. They're making 1 million a month and they are based in the US. So I will just ask for more money. So I asked for like $14 after 3 months. It was September 2022. And I asked for $14 per hour and he told me, yes, you know, like you can get $14 per hour. That's okay. We're good with this. $14 per hour was something like $2,200. So that was double the salary on what everyone was making in Greece, you know, in my country. So I was pretty okay with this, you know, like in my 20s. I make more money than 50, 60, 70% of the people in my country. But I always had in my mind that I can start my own business in the future and make much more than that. So anyways, I kept working there. I kept making some improvements and A/B tests. So I started making changes on more and more pages. I found some good type of design that I did on their page. Basically, I did some changes on their product pages and it brought like a flat 20, 25% on the whole business. business. So they were making like 100, 200k more profit per month from my own changes. And then after 3 more months in January 2023, I remember I asked for more money. Because every time I've asked for an increase in salary, my employer just instantly told me yes. So I'm like, okay, is it that easy? I'm gonna ask for more. Every 3 months I'm gonna be asking for an increase. And it was also like I was bringing some kind of results and some value in the business. So I could, like send him screenshots, like this is what I've done so far, like the last 3-4 months, and I want $25 per hour. I don't even remember how much money I asked this third time. But this was the first time that he told me no. So what was happening? There was a department that was responsible for product research. And it was like 4 Filipino guys. And my employer was managing them. Like they had no manager, so the CEO was managing them. He wanted to stop managing these guys, So what he told me is like, we cannot give you $25 per hour, but we can give you $16 per hour and you get promoted into a manager, You will manage these guys. You will be the manager of the product research department, So I was like, okay, it was like sounding cool to me that I will be like a manager, like higher position. I will have people under me basically, plus a small increase in salary. I believed that if I was a manager, I could make more impact on the business, because I have people working under me. So the thing is that in January 2023, I got promoted as product research department manager. And the thing is that in the first week of me being a manager in this department, we found a very good winning product. That was like pure luck. It was like in the first batch of the product that we were about to test. They started scaling this product, so it was bringing a lot of sales. After 1 month, it became the first top selling product in the business. So it was April 2023. And I thought, okay, now I should ask for an increase, I told him, look, we found this product. This product has brought like huge numbers, I was actually making the business more money basically with my output as a manager. Because basically when you are a manager of one department, your output, like your job is the job of that department, like if this department does well, that's on you. You are the manager. Like this is your output basically. So I asked for an increase, and what he did, he told me $18 per hour. I think I asked for, again, like $25 per hour or something. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, he told me like, no, we can't do this. We can do $18 per hour. So what he did from his side was that he saw me asking increases every 3 months. So he said, okay, let's stop this guy a little bit, because like if he said yes to me every time, like I would just keep asking for increases, So he wanted to say me no and humble me a little bit. And he told me $18 per hour. Yeah. And what happened was like, I said, okay, like $18 per hour was like $2.8 thousand dollars per month. It was pretty nice for me as a salary. So I said, okay, I was also broke as fuck, so I wanted to have some more money in the bank so I feel a bit more safe, to start my own business and stuff. So after 1 week, I remember I was thinking, this business makes like 1.2 million per month, 1.3, I don't remember, something like this. They have like 5 departments and I'm the manager of 2 of them, because I was basically the only one responsible for their website pages basically and for their product research department. So I was like the manager of 2 departments, hypothetically. And the thing is that I was making 2.8k per month. And I knew that all the employees from USA make from 5 to 10k a month. So I said, look, there are a lot of guys who make 5 and 10k a month. I'm a manager. The business makes 1.3 million per month. I'm the one bringing results, and making the business grow. And I also can make like 3k a month with my own business, or if I can go find another job and make 3k a month. I already had the experience. I was a manager. I had worked as a manager, So I thought like 2.8k, it's not so much. And I told him, look, this is what I've done. These are my results so far. I appreciate the $18 per hour, but I cannot work for less than 3.5k per month. You can think about it and let me know if we're gonna proceed or not. And after a day or 2, we made a call and he told me 3.5k per month. Plus, he gave me a bonus. So it was like $3,000 bonus for every new product that I find and gets 10k orders. So basically he wanted to incentivize me to bring more results, so I make more money. Because he was seeing that I was bringing results, I had the numbers on my side, So he gave me 3.5k plus the bonus. I was thinking like, if I get 1 bonus every 3 months, it's like 1k per month more. So it's like 4.5k. So it was like pretty cool. I said, okay, I won't quit now. 4.5k is okay, you know. I will keep making some money. And then I started seeing that maybe I can make even more money working on this business because I could bring much more results. I could get his business to 2-3 million, you know. I knew kinda how to do it. And I was thinking that maybe I can make like 20k, 15, 25k a month. I would be okay making like 20k a month. For example, like if I was making 20k a month, probably I wouldn't start my own business, you know. I could just work in this business, make 20k a month and call it a day, you know, like live my life in Athens, you know, as a rich young guy or whatever. Okay, 3.5k plus $3,000 bonus, and he told me that I can see that you're bringing results and you're doing good. And if you think about anything that can bring us more results, feel free to do it, you know? He told me like, if you want to hire someone to help you with something and make the business more money, more sales, just tell me and we can do it. And I told him, I think we can hire a video editor under me and we can also start creating ads because we were not creating ads back then. It was like another department, the creative direction department. And this department was like full USA people, everyone making 5 to 10k a month. And these guys were creating the ads for the business. I hired a video editor under me. We started creating some ads as well. So this was like April, May 2023. This guy that I hired was like very good. I remember in the summer, we found one more winning product. We started creating ads with this guy. So we push it to 10k orders and I get my bonus, you know? Basically what happened was we started creating and pushing ads. The other guys from the creative direction department were also creating ads. And what I started noticing was that the business was only using our ads, you know? And basically they're paying a whole department of 6-7 guys, they're paying a total of 30-40k a month just for them to use our ads. Like the video editor that I hired was making 2k a month and I was making like 3.5k or 4k a month. So I was thinking that, bro, he can just kick this department and we can just take over ads and he can give us like 10k a month. This is where when I was starting to think that, oh, I'm really gonna make like 20k a month. That summer in 2023, we hit the 10k orders on the new winning product. I got my $3,000 bonus. The business was scaling hard at that point. We were doing around like 1.8 million per month. And the thing is that the CEOs, it was like 2 guys. They were not working that much. They were basically covering the banking and the systems and all that stuff and the payment processing. They were not doing something that makes the business grow, you know? We were the ones making the business grow, finding the products, creating the ads, creating the pages, you know? In September 2023, I knew that basically all the creative department guys are useless. We're much better than them in creating ads. So I asked him for 7,000 per month. And I knew he couldn't say no. He couldn't kick me because if I leave his business, there's a huge bleeding. You know, I was bringing so much results and there's no point not paying me $3,000, $4,000 more per month, you know? So I asked for $7,000 per month and he told me $6,000 plus bonuses. And I'm like, okay, $6,000 as a salary plus the bonuses, it was like $7,000. And this was the part where we started pushing even more. He didn't kick the creative department yet. He gave them a second chance to prove themselves. And I was seeing myself being the manager of everything and making 30k a month, you know? So I started hiring more video editors. I hired 2 more video editors and I was training them and we were pushing hard on creating ads. Basically, creating ads is what makes the business money in this type of business, in e-commerce. So these 3 months from September to December 2023, it was the hard scaling season. We scaled this business to 3 million a month. Of course, the creative department guys, we crushed them completely, you know. They were not even using their ads. Ads is videos, you know, advertisements. And then in January 2024, I was about to ask the big increase, you know, the big salary increase. And I remember I was asking for an increase and I told him like, if we hit this number, I make 30k. If we hit this, then I make 25. If we hit this, I make 20k. If the business makes like 5 million, I make 30k, you know? So it was win-win. I wasn't like not reasonable, you know? I was reasonable. The thing is, this guy was a bit narrow-minded because he was thinking like, this guy was working for $4 an hour 1.5 years ago. And now he's asking for 30k a month. There's no way, you know? He basically told me, no, we can't do this. What we can do is 8.5k plus the bonus. So the thing is that he thought that I can't leave because he's paying me 10k a month. And 10k a month You know, like it was 8.5k plus the bonuses, so it was around 10k, 10.5k per month. And he was thinking that I cannot leave the business because he's paying 10k a month, and that's so much for me that I'm Greek guy. But I remember that 8.5k at that time was completely demotivating for me, because I remember I was pushing his business so hard, and I was thinking that 20k and 30k that I'm gonna ask, and I was thinking that he will be idiot if he doesn't give me, you know, that type of money. And he didn't. So I was completely demotivated. And what happened, basically, I said, okay, no problem, I'm gonna start my own business. I didn't tell him this, I told this myself. So I started instantly, next month I started my own business on the side. I was working at him, doing bare minimum, like effortless work, not caring about his business at all. What happened after 6 months in July 2024, I quit the job because I started making 10k, 20k a month from my own business. Some important lessons that I learned from this journey was there's two ways of thinking. There's two sides of the same coin. So one way of thinking is I'm making 5k a month. This is like so much money. It's like 5 times what average guy makes in my country. It's like five times the salary. I can live in a better apartment. I can buy Uber every day, buy food, order stuff, buy clothes, basically afford everything, you know. But on the other side, I was making 10k a month and my boss was making 3 million a month. And he was taking home 1 million a month profit, pretty sure. And if you go to Dubai or Miami, for example, and you make 10k a month, you're not making that much money. You know, there are people making 50k, 100k, 200k, 1 million, 5 million a month. These people are our age. They're in their 20s. They are not like 50 years old or 60. They're in their 20s making 1 million a month, or early 30s, you know. So this is the other side of the coin. I would suggest everyone think on this side, you know. Think that you're not making a lot of money, because this is what you should be thinking if you want to grow and make more money and be better at something, you know. You should always compare yourself to someone who is bigger than you, better than you at whatever you want to achieve. Because what happened is, if you think like this, you know which people think like this? Broke people. So what do broke people think is like, oh, I'm making 1,000 per month. This is good, you know? Like my neighbor makes like 800 per month, so I should be grateful for 1,000 per month. And then the neighbor that makes $800 per month, he thinks, oh, my cousin, he's like unemployed and can't find a job for 3 years, so I'm grateful that I'm making $800 per month. Guys, this is the wrong mindset to have. This is a wrong way of thinking. You shouldn't compare yourself to your broke cousin that's unemployed, you know? This is like a virus in the mind. This is gonna hurt your progress. You should forget about your cousin that's unemployed, you know? You should compare yourself to people that do better than you. And I'm not talking about money only. In life, in general. If you want to become a good basketball player, you should compare yourself to the ones that are better than you in basketball. If you want to get better, if you want to get good, if you just do it for fun and as a hobby and you just don't care, then that's okay. You don't have to compare yourself with anyone. But if you want to get better at something, you have to look at the people who do better than you. That's one key lesson. And another lesson is, was it worth it working as an employee? And the thing is that I lost 1.5 years from my life and I made some good amount of money. I mean, I remember after the job I had like 40-50k in bank. That was like pretty good for me to start running my own business, because like start running your business if you have like less than $1,000 in the bank versus starting your own business having 40k in the bank is a whole different story. Guys, believe me, the second time that I started my business I just hired people straight away, you know. So that was a huge difference and it made me make like 20k a month in my first 6 months of starting my own business. You also learn a lot of things, and you learn how the business works. You learn how a business can make 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions a month, how the team is structured and all that stuff. And also I never worked in my life again as an employee, and I will never work again as an employee. So that was my only 1.5 years or 2 years, let's say, experience as an employee. And I think everybody should have experience as an employee, you know. It's one more thing to experience in life. So that was it, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.